Jared Goff moves up. Jalen Hurts. I didn't think he was the problem. I thought he played, I thought he had the two rushing touchdowns, but one was a true quarterback-driven run that I thought was really good. I thought he threw the ball fine. I know, Coach, you feel like he threw it too much. He's not calling the plays.
And this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this mountain right here and how misleading all of this is with Jalen Hurts and all of the insane comments of people trying to argue that Dak Prescott is having a better season than Jalen Hurts. And just how far we've gone with the insanity of how we unpack what Jalen Hurts is accomplishing and what other quarterbacks are accomplishing and what they have as a support. Because it is so insane. I'm going to rip this to shreds right now because it's just downright obnoxious. It's just downright obnoxious. And we're going to start with Jalen Hurts versus Dak. I mean, as you can see, he's got Jalen Hurts levels below Dak. Levels below Dak. And he's got Jalen Hurts, below Drake May, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Mahomes, etc. But I just want to focus on Dak because that's the most egregious one. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott. Total touchdowns, 25 for Jalen, 25 for Dak. Except only 2 turnovers for Jalen, 8 turnovers for Dak Prescott. Total yards, Dak has them 2,582 to 3,067. Passer rating, 106 to 102.6. Jalen has him there. Completion percentage, 67.2% to 69.3%. Just wait. We're going to talk about that further. Turnover-worthy plays. Jalen Hurts, only 4. Dak, 12. Pressure rate. So the percentage of pass attempts that are under pressure, 45% for Jalen Hurts. 45%, nearly half of his pass attempts are under pressure. Dak Prescott, only 37%. 37%. And like I showed you in a previous chart, which I did not do here, it has nothing to do with holding on to the ball, has nothing to do with missing throws. I did the same stat, and Jalen Hurts was above when it was under 2.5 seconds. When it was under 2.5 seconds to neutralize any aspect of holding on to the ball. Jalen Hurts is still pressured at a higher percentage. Average depth of target, Jalen Hurts, 9.3. Dak, 8.3. Jalen Hurts is 7th in the NFL in average depth of target, whereas Dak is 22nd in average depth of target. Rushing yards, 298 to 126. Before you say, well, like tush push, this, that. Rushing yards after contact, 136 to Dak's 126. Jalen Hurts literally has more yards after contact alone than Dak has total. He's got 31 rushing first downs. And no, they're not all tush push. They haven't done the tush push 31 times. You guys are delusional and have lost your minds. Dak Prescott, 9. Let's jump into team support. Games as a leading rusher, Jalen Hurts, 3. And 2 of them are wins. Dak Prescott, 0. Obviously, we're talking about this season. 0. Games with a running back of 50 or more yards. 5 for Jalen Hurts. 9 for just 50 or more yards. 9 for Dak Prescott. The team rushing yards, the Philadelphia Eagles have 917 yards, whereas the Cowboys have 1,200. 3.9 yards per carry to 4.7 yards per carry. The Eagles are literally running the ball more, significantly more, but getting significantly less yards. Saquon Barkley has 684 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. Williams has 896. Saquon Barkley has literally more rushing attempts, but hundreds of yards less. 3.7 yards per carry to 4.9 yards per carry. Running back touchdowns, 4. for the Philadelphia Eagles, 9, over double for Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The pass block win rate, 61% to 66%. So let's just recap this. Dak Prescott is getting significantly more run support. Does not have to make up any of the team rushing yards relative to what he needs. His team is running the ball better. His running back is running the ball better. His offensive line is better. They protect Dak better. And we're just going to act like that's nothing? Even though they have comparable stats and comparable touchdowns, etc., etc.? Really? That almost makes sense. Except it doesn't. And before you want to say, well, the run game suffers because of Jalen Hurts, why didn't it suffer last year then? And if you want to say, well, Dak Prescott is actually encouraging the passing game, or the run game, why didn't Jalen Hurts get that credit? Do you realize the pass block win rate right now of 66%? Do you realize the Philadelphia Eagles last year, with the greatest O-line in the history of the NFL that people were trying to pretend, it was a 67% pass block win rate. 1% higher. 1% higher. And you know what's really funny about that? The Los Angeles Rams this year have a 68% pass block win rate. Do I hear anyone talking about that amazing O-line? Their run block win rate is 73%, which is higher than what the Philadelphia Eagles had, which was 72%. So literally this season, the Los Angeles Rams have a better pass block win rate and a better run block win rate than what the Eagles had last year. Yet all last year, all anyone said was, that's why Jalen Hurts is succeeding. That's why the Philadelphia Eagles are succeeding. Yet this year, nobody is saying that about the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody is saying that about the Los Angeles Rams. No one's saying that about Dak Prescott. Nobody's saying that about Matthew Stafford. Why? Why? Can anyone answer that question? I'd love to know. I'd absolutely, positively love to know. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, that's right, you can't. It's absolute insanity. Yards after catch, 924 to 1,308. The contested target catch percentage. So his receivers. Because now, if we're talking about the Rams, we're talking about the Cowboys, but obviously we're sticking with mainly Dak here. Everyone's like, well, you got Devontae and you got AJ. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are a bunch of scrubs now? George Pickens is playing like the best receiver in the NFL. Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams are absolutely crushing it. Well, I don't remember. I don't hear anyone pulling that back from Dak or Matthew Stafford at all, but I certainly saw them pull it back for Jalen Hurts. And right now, his Dak's receivers are catching at all of the contested target catch percentage, 47% for Dak, 38%. 38%. A 9% difference, or an 8% difference. Excuse me. Can't do math right now. 9% difference. 9% difference. So his wide receivers are literally making more difficult catches at a higher rate. And then when you look at average separation, when I took their top 3 targets, the Dallas Cowboys literally have more open receivers. More open receivers. And they're making more difficult catches. And they're getting more yards after contact. And the O-line is protecting Dak more. And the Dallas Cowboys run game is producing more. And don't tell me anything about defense or this. We're just talking about quarterback play. I'm not using wins and losses as a reference point. We're literally just talking about offensive production here. That's what we're talking about. And if anything, the whole defense argument nullifies it because Dak has been able to juice up some stats because they're down by a bunch or whatever. Like it's a lot easier. Whereas Jalen is being asked to be like, okay, we're going to play some situational complementary ball. When we can't rely on that, okay, I'll go put up yards. I'll go do what I need to do, which is what he's done consistently. In any game that they're like, Jalen, we need you to we need more of you in the passing game or whatever it is, and he's delivered every single time. Every single time. Every single time. But what about under pressure? Because that's what everyone is always obsessed with. Because when you have a clean pocket, anyone can be good, as we've learned over these years. When you're just under pressure, so not necessarily being blitzed, but when you're just under pressure. Jalen Hurts has 4 touchdowns. Dak Prescott has 3. Jalen Hurts has 0 interceptions. Dak Prescott has 4. Jalen Hurts has the 3rd best passer rating of 91.5. Dak Prescott has a passer rating of 80.9. Adjusted completion percentage, 76% to 70.9%. Turnover-worthy plays, 2 to Dak's 6. Average depth of target, 9.9 to Dak's 8.9. So when the O-line does break, who's better? Oh, that's right, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. When the pressure gets to Dak, he throws 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And again, you can't go back to all the receivers. He's got great receivers. CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. Miss me with the nonsense. What about now when you're actually formally blitzed? Which, as Colin recently said, is the ultimate disrespect. Because when you're a great quarterback, when you're blitzed, you take care of business. And only the bad quarterbacks get blitzed. Who's better when blitzed? Who makes the team pay more? Oh, that would be Jalen Hurts. 10 touchdowns to Dak's 6 touchdowns. 1 interception to 1 interception, but an extra 4 touchdowns. 1,064 passing yards to 968. The 2nd best passer rating in the NFL when blitzed, 115.2. 115.2 when blitzed. To Dak's 107, which is 7th, which is still good. Again, Dak's numbers are great. Make no mistake about it. I'm not out here arguing that Dak's been trash. Dak's been bad. But this whole idea that Dak has been better, or if you even suggest that Jalen Hurts is better than Dak, it's insane. Or to even suggest that they've been comparable. And it's like, we've lost our minds. We've lost our minds. But what about deep ball? What about deep ball performance? Oh, that's right. Jalen Hurts is also better. 750 yards to 705 yards. Deep ball touchdowns. 7 touchdowns to Dak's 4. Deep ball interceptions. Jalen Hurts has 0. Dak has 3. Jalen Hurts, the 4th best passer rating in the NFL with 127.8 to Dak Prescott's 91.6, which is the 12th best. So can we stop pretending like Dak Prescott is on this level that Jalen Hurts is not? It's insane. Looking at the numbers that Jalen Hurts is putting up, where the vast majority of them are better than what Dak is doing, and yet clearly is getting less team support, less run support, less yards after catch, a worse O-line, more pressure, less open receivers, a worse play caller. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Why is it that last year, when the Philadelphia Eagles had a 67% pass block win rate, it was considered the greatest O-line of all time, and that's all anyone said, that's why Jalen Hurts is succeeding, because he has 2 great receivers, a great run game, and a great O-line. Now Dak Prescott has 2 great receivers, a great O-line, and a great run game, and there's no talk about it. None. No consequences suffered. Doesn't make any sense. None. 0. The Los Angeles Rams have a better pass block win rate and a better run block win rate than what the Philadelphia Eagles had last year. No talk about that. None. 0. 0. Makes no sense. None. And if you want to talk about, well, Jalen Hurts' passing stats, those amazing receivers, A.J. Brown and Devontae, literally missed a quarter of the season each. And they didn't play the final game. And Jalen Hurts missed a couple games, and they didn't play the final season of the game because they were resting because, I don't know. They went on a playoff run and then won the literal Super Bowl, where Jalen balled out throughout the playoffs. So it's indefensible, it's inexcusable to hold Jalen Hurts' feet to the fire, even though he was top in the NFL in like completion percentage, passer rating, touchdown interception, total touchdowns, turnovers, all that good stuff. But because he didn't have passing yards through the roof, it meant therefore the team doesn't need him. And it was like, well, Saquon Barkley's rushing a lot. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, sure. It's just crazy to me. It really is. The comments of people being like, dude, no way Dak is on the level of Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is so inferior. Dak is so much better. Oh my God, you're so biased. You're just a hater. Dude, these are just the statistics. I mean, like, this is just the cold hard stats. And what Jalen Hurts has had to do for his offense to produce, it's just not even close. It's not even close. I mean, just even against the Eagles versus the Cowboys game, Jalen Hurts got up 30 yards out of his team for rushing. They had 4 rushing first downs, and 3 of them came from Jalen. He didn't have George Pickens making these wild catches. He didn't have a running back go off for 100 yards. Cowboys had over 100 rushing yards, not including Dak. The Eagles had 30. 30. I mean, Saquon Barkley literally averaged 2.2 yards per carry. And that was the difference. Because you want to try to pretend like Dak Prescott outtold Jalen Hurts. They both, they had 14 passing first downs for the Eagles. They had 16. So they had 2 more passing first downs. It's like, okay, well, the Cowboys had an extra drive. They both were 5 for 12 on third down. It's like, okay, interesting. So it's like, what was the big difference maker? Oh, that's right, the ability to run. The ability to run. That was the big difference maker. I mean, in their first matchup, Dak Prescott, 0 touchdowns, 76.6 passer rating, 21 for 34, and 188 yards. They also ran the ball really well, 119. What did Jalen Hurts need to do? Oh, gee, I don't know, have over 200 total yards and 2 touchdowns, making huge plays with his legs again and again and again. 19 for 23. QBR of 90.4. Dak Prescott's QBR, 60.9. I mean, you look at against the New York Giants. That was a great performance by Dak. 361 yards. He ended up winning that game in overtime. Definitely a good win from that. Then you got rocked by the Bears. Another awesome performance by Dak against the Green Bay Packers. Absolutely. And then you beat the New York Jets pretty easily, pretty convincingly. He still had 135 rushing yards from the Jets. Like, okay, whatever. Then you lost to the Carolina Panthers. Not the best performance. Not terrible. But couldn't get it done. Then you juice it up against the Washington Commanders, who were obviously decimated with injuries, and Jane Daniels didn't even finish that game, won 44-22. Then you got rocked and annihilated by the Denver Broncos, who only threw 188 yards, and I think had multiple interceptions in that game, right? Yeah, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 188 yards, 19 for 31. Yikes. And then you lost to the Arizona Cardinals. Not so good of a game either. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. QBR of 35, and a passer rating of 77.9. And then you blew out the Las Vegas Raiders. Congrats, 33-16, who are obviously a terrible team. And then obviously we just went through the Philadelphia Eagles game. Jalen Hurts had to put his team on the back against the Dallas Cowboys, without a shadow of a doubt. Even Nick Wright, even the biggest haters of Jalen Hurts had to admit that was Jalen Hurts putting that team on his back. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, Jalen Hurts didn't have this great, amazing stat boost of a game, but literally made the throw of the entire game that directly then led to the win. Los Angeles Rams, Jalen Hurts literally orchestrated the comeback win against the Los Angeles Rams and played absolutely out of his mind, converting huge, massive 3rd and 4th downs like you wouldn't believe. I mean, he was 21 for 32, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, a 117.4 passer rating, and he had 9 carries for 40 yards, just a little shy of being the leading rusher in that game as well. Got a great 2.6 yards per carry from Saquon. Quite the boost. But we're 4 for 5 on 4th down. And again, those were not tush pushes. Again, huge win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 31-25, where Jalen Hurts, again, had to be, perfect. Had to be the leading rusher, 9 carries, 62 yards. Got another great 2.3 yards per carry from Saquon Barkley, 19 carries for 43 yards. It's like, wow. And they both lost to the Broncos, except Jalen Hurts was better. 280 yards, 7.4 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and a 100.8 passer rating. Also, again, 0 run support. A total of 11 carries, 9 when you subtract Jalen's, for 42 yards rushing. And, of course, Jalen Hurts, got to also benefit from rocking the New York Giants and whatnot. Played a huge game, even though, again, the stats weren't huge against the Packers. Had to made some huge throws, especially the huge touchdown throw to Devontae, which was the difference maker. Coming out there, making big plays against the Minnesota Vikings, obviously put the team on his back with, again, more huge 3rd and 4th down throws. 19 for 23, 326 yards, 14.2 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, and of course the perfect passer rating of 158.3. Yeah. Making massive throws. Just even the key moments, the put the team on my back moments. Jalen Hurts has Saquon Barkley beat. He does. He has Saquon Barkley beat and Dak Prescott for that matter. And quite frankly, even Matthew Stafford, in terms of gotta have it moments. I need my quarterback to elevate. Otherwise, we are not going to win this game. Jalen Hurts is elevated. I'm not arguing that Jalen Hurts should be above Matthew Stafford right now on this mountain. That's not the argument that I make. Matthew Stafford has been playing great. So has Dak Prescott. But please stop pretending like Jalen Hurts has not been awesome this season. Because he has been unbelievable this year. Unbelievable. And his team is undeniably playing worse than Stafford's team, Dak's team. Like, just a fact. Worse O-line. Less separation. Less open receivers. A worse run game. I mean, the Rams are literally getting more rushing yards as well. They got a better O-line, receivers that are playing better, more open, better pass block win rate, better run game. You just can't make this stuff up. I mean, when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, their defense, right? It was all about their O-line, all about their receivers, et cetera, et cetera. And the defense, 17.8 points per game. Well, as I showed you, the Rams have a better O-line. The receivers are getting more separation, better pass block win rate, and also a better defense of 16.3 points per game. Why isn't anyone saying that Stafford is just being carried by this great O-line, by this great defense? by great receivers. I mean, when his O-line was banged up and when his receivers weren't as good and his defense wasn't as good, he was getting rocked. I mean, he lost to the Arizona Cardinals. The Chicago Bears, who were a disaster, obviously. The Green Bay Packers, who were decimated with injuries. It's like, what? Also to the Miami Dolphins. It's like, what? Huh? I mean, Matthew Stafford during that stretch had 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. And a passer rating of 83. I guess Matthew Stafford needs a great team around him. I guess he needs great receivers, a great O-line, a great defense. I guess he needs all the great things for him to be successful. That's what they say about Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I mean, Matthew Stafford was worse than Deshaun Watson, who had 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a 65.5% completion percentage. He was worse than old man Aaron Rodgers. He was worse than Daniel Jones with the New York Giants. With the New York Giants. He was worse than Justin Fields with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trevor Lawrence with the coach destined to be fired. He was worse than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton with the Carolina Panthers. I don't know, man. Worse than Kyler Murray. Worse than Geno Smith. Joe Flacco with the Indianapolis Colts. It's just the way it was. But I guess he was technically better than Caleb Williams, even though Caleb Williams had 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Matthew Stafford was actually on a worse touchdown interception ratio of 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You know, Caleb Williams, the rookie. But he beat out Drake May, the rookie, Tyler Huntley, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, Will Levis, and Anthony Richardson. Round of applause. Round of applause. But sure, we want to downplay every single thing Jalen Hurts does when it's with a great team, when it's a team that's not playing so great, and we want to elevate the other quarterbacks that we like, Dak Prescott, Matthew Stafford, etc., and we want to downplay any of the other contributing factors to their success. Weird how that works. Give me the reasons why. Give me the real reasons why. And it's not just Nick. It's everyone out there in the media. It's everyone. It's the random fans in the comments section. Tell me. I'd love to hear it. Tell me the reasons why. Tell me how it makes sense. Because I've destroyed any type of comeback you could give. Any. Just because you think the names or something, like Lane Johnson, AJ Brown, like just because like you form these names in your minds, it's like it's how are you playing? What is the production? What does the O-line look like? What is the pass block win rate? What is the separation? What actually is happening? When you're calling your quarterback's name, how frequently are you doing it? How often are you doing it? And how often are they succeeding? Yeah. Answer these questions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.